So Bayern Munich just drew again 2-2 versus Stuttgart. It's a talk of crisis now because we've had 3 draws in a row in the Bundesliga, and this is not the result we want for Bayern Munich. I'm going to do my player ratings here. I'm travelling, but I'm still respecting the grind, so you've got to respect that, respect the effort, and that's how it's going to go right now. So in terms of the player ratings, we'll start from the top. Matthias Tell got that goal, but otherwise wasn't that involved, so I'll give him a 6.5 out of 10. It was a solid performance, but it wasn't great, and he could have done better with his opportunity. He got subbed off, and that was telling, no pun intended, but pun intended now, of his mediocre performance. But it was a great goal, great for the 17-year-old, and he looks to be a great shrewd buy and good for the future. So Serge Kidnapper I thought was pretty horrible. His touches were poor. His dribble, he can't dribble anyone. I haven't seen Gnabry dribble anyone for about 3 or 4 seasons. It was shambolic from him, not a good performance, 5 out of 10. I thought it was really poor from Gnabry, and he's shown why he won't start against Barcelona, because he's lackadaisical with his touches. He doesn't have that explosiveness anymore, and it just wasn't great. Thomas Muller I thought was a 6.5 out of 10. He was involved, but he often, the play wasn't flowing today. It wasn't flowing between the attack 4. I'll have a separate video talking about Nagelsmann tactics. I wasn't very impressed with them. Evidently, it's a 2-2 draw for the 3rd time in a row. Not very good, but Muller was, you see that's the airport communication system, but that's how it is. Muller was kind of involved. I think 6 out of 10, not terrible, but not good. Musiala, I was going to give a really low rating, like a 5 out of 10, because he lost the ball on the first Stuttgart goal. His dribbling was uncharacteristically very poor, but he made up with it with that brilliant goal. The movement, his hips were shaking like Elvis Presley. It was incredible movement, incredible dribbling skills, incredible agility from Musiala. Yes, because he's playing at a Messi level this season. So that's why I'll give him... I forgot what I said. I'll give him a 6.5, maybe 7. I don't know, something like that. It wasn't great, it wasn't terrible. Centre mids, I thought Goretzka, I'll talk further about it in the tactics, but he pushed too far up and it led to less balance in the midfield. But he did collect some balls. He was able to collect some opportunities, some counter-attacks from the opposing team, so I'll give him a 6 out of 10. It wasn't a great performance. I prefer Sabitzer there. He provides more stability to Kimmich. He shields that backline better, but that's how it is. Kimmich, I thought was okay as well, but I thought I'll give him a 5 out of 5 because that was shocking, the disallowed goal for Stuttgart. I thought it should have stood. It was a tiny tug on the t-shirt, hardly enough to pull a grown, stocky man like Kimmich down, but Kimmich went down, and Kimmich so often goes down then. But imagine if that happened in the World Cup final or something and VAR didn't rule it out. That was a 50-50 if VAR would rule that out or not. So I thought that was really shocking of Kimmich to go down there. He didn't need to go down there, and it could have given up a big opportunity, and I don't like that from Kimmich. I don't like that attitude of, oh, I'm touched, I just fall to the ground. I don't like it. I think that Kimmich really needs to work on that, because Kimmich and Lucas Hernandez are culprits of this many times I've seen in the past few years. Defense, Davies, not that great, 6 out of 10. I don't know what to say about him. He had the assist, I think, or he had something, and he did well with a few of his runs, but defensively it wasn't great. The centre backs, De Ligt, I was gonna initially give him a high rating, but actually I'll give him a 5.5 because I thought he was bullied by the Stuttgart attack at times. His lack of pace showed, and it was really interesting how he was unable to defend against the physical nature of the Stuttgart attack at times. He also gave away a couple fouls, or should have given away even more fouls in dangerous areas, so we can't be having that. Upamecano, 6 out of 10. He was a little better than De Ligt, but still wasn't that assured. He was pretty stable though, so it was decent. Mazraoui, I thought had a stinker. He got the assist, but it was hardly an assist. It was like Busquets passing to Lionel Messi, that slight touch and counting that as an assist, because Musiala did all the work there. And Mazraoui, his running style is really weird. His like crouched body, and his play doesn't look good either. His play is lackadaisical. Pavard is much better when he's been playing. He loses the ball, Mazraoui. He plays poor passes. I've not been impressed by him at all, and I think that Mazraoui had another stinker, and that's why he was subbed. I thought Stanisic provided much more stability, much more calmness a surety when he came on, so I was not impressed with Mazraoui at all. Yeah, so I can't even remember his name. That's how forgettable his performance was. Anyway, Manuel Neuer for the goal. I don't even really know what to say. I'll give him a 6 out of 10. Mazraoui, I'll give a 5 out of 10, by the way. Neuer, 6 out of 10. He wasn't great, but he wasn't completely shocking. Just a solid performance. Those are my player ratings. I'll have also match analysis and tactics analysis of Nagelsmann in a separate video. Respect the grind. I'm traveling, but I got this player ratings out. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.